What's up, people? We are back with more of the glorious Pokémon Academy Life. Round 2 is about to start. The first half of our first school day is is actually already over, and the second half is about to start. But before we start that, I actually want to mention one thing, because I sort of mentioned it kind of a couple of times in the previous video and I was kind of questioning it, but I actually didn't read through it, partly because I didn't have internet, partly because I was really looking forward to playing to this, and I didn't actually look into any of the outside information about it, kind of because of spoilers and that sort of stuff, and partly due to my own ignorance and whatnot. So yeah, this particular visual novel it plays itself out in an alternate world where it doesn't send kids out at 10 years old, to fend off for themselves in the entirely pretty much dangerous world of Pokemon, right? Here's the sort of more I guess more of a real school life setting as we are used to in our own world, but with elements of the Pokemon world as well. So it doesn't follow the TV series in that sense, or in the game, where as a child you're going on your own Pokemon journey. No, here you're actually being educated about Pokemon later on in your life, rather than at 10 years of age you just go on in your own journey and just like, yeah, I'm gonna become a Pokemon master. That's not the kind of world that this is. So yeah, I just wanted to clear that up, because that was definitely sort of mentioned in, especially I believe that it was the Game Jolt page of it, and I kind of overlooked that a bit, mainly because I actually can't access it on the internet right now. But when I checked earlier when I was at college, I was like, hey, wait, this is probably something very interesting that I should have either read before playing this or downloading it, or at least, mention that now that I know it right now, because it's kind of an interesting and important part to know. So yeah, let us just jump right into it. It was, I believe, our second elective class, Dragon. Following me closely the entire way to the cafeteria, or from the cafeteria, was Shauna. Meanwhile, Gary motherfucking Oak was silently glaring at me since I stepped into the classroom. I'm just going to ignore him. Whoa, class together, Luda! Quick, sit over here! As bubbly as ever. There's no chance in hell I'm sitting next to GMO, so I'm gonna sit next to Shauna. Take your seats. Quickly now! Class started a while ago. Wow, is this chick our teacher? She looks awfully young. Dang it, I don't recognize her at all. Good day, class. Welcome to your first Dragon-type class of the year. Ah, Claire, right? Oh, okay, I know Claire. Now that I know her name, I know who she is, but she looks like a really younger version of her. And, like, she had a makeover, facelift, and all that stuff. Perhaps even a boob job, I don't freaking know, but yeah, I know Claire for sure. Your teacher's starting this semester. First off, let me say this. This class will be unlike anything you have taken before. That is because Dragon Pokemon are unlike any Pokemon in the world. If you are in this class simply because you've heard that Dragon Pokemon are the strongest known to mankind, then you might as well drop out now. Dragon Pokemon are not only the strongest in body, but also in mind. As the apex species of Pokemon, they will not obey humans so easily. Many careless dragon trainers in the past have lost their lives, attempted to tame them. Dang, okay, that sounds really dangerous, because that's a part of Pokemon that in the TV series or in the games has never really come up, right? You never actually saw someone die because of a Pokemon. Like, that was just something that you never actually thought of. It might be something that you thought like, can you actually die to a Pokemon? Like, Ash theoretically should have died 1,000,000 times already, just solely because of the amount of times that he's been shocked by Pikachu, right? But for some reason that just kinda doesn't happen in the TV series, so yeah. I can definitely understand that Dragon Pokemons or Dragon Trainers is definitely like just a class above the rest, because Dragon Pokemons, not only do you automatically think that they're probably more dangerous, but they look and they are like usually way bigger and stronger than all the other Pokemons as well. So yeah, definitely I think we're gonna have our hands full with this class. To properly instruct you all on how to train and care for your Dragon Pokemon, I will not tolerate laziness or misconduct in this classroom. If I see or hear anything out of you that goes against the school's policies or my own, I'll personally sign your expulsion papers from this school. Well, it seems like we kinda made the bad choices when it comes to choosing the classes and electives if you were to just solely judge it by the teachers, because both Blair and Claire seem to be really strict teachers, and that rhymes, by the way, Blair, Claire. Maybe it was planned out after all, all according to Keikaku. Well, but they seem to be pretty strict, but I was just wondering, like, why can't we have that, you know? I think everyone at least had it once during their school years. There's always that one teacher that's really laid back and kind of cool about things and everyone, and that kind of, you know, despite the fact that it's not, sometimes for me at least, it was, I believe it was history, like this guy was actually a pretty fun and cool teacher, and he made the whole subject of history, which to me personally, I didn't find too interesting. He actually made it kind of fun and interesting for me, and those kind of teachers are the ones that always stick out to me, and those are just like a bit different than the conventional teachers or the strict teachers. Or like, no, you can't do that. Yeah, you must do this. Like, it was just actually, you know, trying to understand the students and try to reach them in a different way rather than forcing them to do exactly what they told them to do. So yeah, we don't have any of those kinds of teachers, but hey, that's not why we came to this school, right? Maybe we'll get one eventually. Jeez. Despite her looks, this lady is really putting on the hard-ass pants. Oh yeah, she's got a hard ass. But I can't say I didn't expect something like this from the Dragon class. It's no coincidence that Dragon Pokemon are present on the majority of champion teams. They are superior to all other Pokemon in both offense and defense. There is nothing a Dragon Pokemon can't do that other Pokemon can. Can it? Dang it. I was actually going to say, can it breathe fire? Wait, yeah. Most Dragon Pokemons actually can. Wait, can it do an electric attack? Certain Dragon Pokemons actually kinda can. Wait, can it do this? And I was thinking like, it actually can. So she's definitely right there. At least with my first couple of thoughts, first assumptions are like, hey, can it do that? Will we get to see any cute dragon Pokemon here? Shauna. Maybe like the pre-evolutions, but like the final form, usually like the third evolutions, yeah, they don't tend to be that cute anymore. Excuse me? Like, I know dragon Pokemon are really cool and stuff, but I like the cute dragon Pokemon, like Dratini or Altaria. Oh, that's cool, that's true. Altaria is kind of, you can consider that cute despite it being an evolved form. Are there any other super adorable dragon Pokemon like those? Do you like Bagon, Shauna? My class in elementary school had a Goomy as a class pet, and she was so cute. I pet her every day, and I would feed her puffins until her cheeks puffed out, and that just made her cuter. Oh my god. I'm just gonna make her jump for like 5 minutes like this. See how long Shauna's gonna keep it up. Right, Shauna? Up and down, up and down. This is like PE class for her. Good job, Shauna. Once, I saw her playing with a snubba. Enough. Dragon Pokemon are not playthings. Little girl, I don't know what you think this class is, but Dragon Pokemon are not to be taken so frivolously. If it decides that its handler is not providing satisfactory care, then it will not hesitate to correct the problem using force. But I heard that the Goomy evolutionary line really likes humans, compared to other Dragon Pokemon. Yes, but you must still treat them with caution and respect. And judging by the way you're describing how you handled it, it's very likely that your precious Goomy harbored an intense grudge against your school and you for treating it so irresponsibly. No way! Goomy and I were best friends. Oh? And how can you be so sure about that? Well, she would always follow me around the class whenever she was let out of her Pokeball. And sometimes she would rub her head on my hand and crawl up on my arm and stuff. I can hardly see how. And one time she followed me home and she wouldn't leave, so we had to call the school. And even after they put her back in the Pokeball, she would always somehow get out and come see me. And then the school had to talk with my parents, but eventually they decided to let me keep her, and now she's a Sliggoo, and even cuter than before. I see. You. What is your name? Shauna! Well, like I said, Shauna, Gumi are very prone to bond closely with humans that they find suitable, and it looks like yours determined you to be a suitable caretaker. That wasn't what you were saying like 2 minutes ago, Claire. What happened? That's not what you said before. Who said that? Me. I'm just pointing out the contradiction. Silence! I hear one more word out of you, and I'll toss you out of the school myself. Please, Blue, say one more word. Please, I'm begging you. Do it, Gary. Wow. She managed to scare Blue. That's not something many people are able to pull off. We've wasted far too much time today. The point is, if you want to survive training a dragon Pokemon, there are strict guidelines and rules that you must adhere to before even attempting to approach one, let alone trying to catch one. Dragon Pokemon are in many ways superior beings to humans, so you will treat them as such. Oh yes, I will be the Dragon Pokemon slave. Anything less, and you might find yourself with your life on the line. Is this lady trying to scare me from ever partnering with a dragon Pokemon? Cause it's working. But I can't give up now. It's too early in the game for me to call it quits just yet. What a day it's been. Still one more class though. Gotta finish strong. Right, one more hour of homeroom, I believe. Ah, the beautiful, beautiful homeroom class. As the day draws to a close, I find myself back in homeroom with Professor Oak. The day itself didn't feel like it dragged on for that long, but all things considered, I'm ready to call it. Judging by the looks on everyone's faces, they look like they're ready too. So much for finishing strong. The final period burns through while we listen to Professor Oak talk about rather trivial matters like making sure we take our notes, label our notebooks properly, and avoid pulling all-nighters, but that's what I'm so good at. It's weird. I was expecting class with the professor to be a little more, how should I put it, fulfilling. At least that's what my other classmates were making it out to be earlier in the day. But so far, I haven't taken anything out of the homeroom that's especially memorable, other than the scary speech about the school's graduation rate. Maybe he's unprepared. No way. Not Professor Oak. I can tell by the looks in your eyes that you're all quite tired of listening to me prattle on. To tell you the truth, I'm tired of it too. But before I dismiss you, let me give you all a welcoming gift as celebration for your acceptance into Pokémon Academy. Oh, are those what I think they are? If so, then this class has got a little more exciting. Oh my god, Pokemon. This is like the freaking lottery or something. Don't tell me we get to choose a Pokemon at random, right? It's not like that. It's not like we pick one random Pokemon and then whatever Pokemon it is, that's the one you get. Today, each of you will be taking home a Pokemon for yourself, courtesy of the Academy. And each of these Pokeballs that you will receive is a random, unevolved, untamed Pokemon. Consider them your homework for the next 3 years. Oh wow, that's actually a really cool homework assignment. It reminds me of like those homework assignments that I remember seeing on I don't know, some TV show, like probably Saved by the Bell or something, you know? Where like, yeah, here, take care of this baby doll for a whole semester or something. Like, oh my god. It kinda, I mean, the Pokemon is untamed, right? So it's rather wild, meaning you have to tame it ourselves. So yeah, this is gonna be quite an interesting challenge. Hey, I got plenty of Pokemon back home already. I don't need any more, especially unevolved ones. Blue, oh my god. Gary motherfucking Oak, why are you so freaking ungrateful, huh? You get given a free unevolved Pokemon that you can shape and mold and, you know, create a friendship with. I mean, you know, you're gonna be quite lonely throughout this 3 years, especially him because he's already alienated about half of the other students in his class. Regardless of what Pokemon you may already own, these Pokemon will be required to stay on hand for the rest of your time at Pokémon Academy. At the end of your 3rd year, this Pokemon will be reviewed along with yourself and other potential Pokemon in your party to determine whether or not you can graduate. Great! I just love being forced to take on liabilities. That's the spirit, Gary motherfucking Oak. His grandpa even calls him Gary motherfucking Oak. So that's how they do it. I had assumed this school wasn't going to be all about good grades, so this isn't a complete shocker. That's true, like, you know, there's only so much you can learn just from books and studying, that sort of stuff. There's a lot of, especially with Pokemon, I feel like there's a lot of a practical side to it as well, just like, you know, taking care of Pokemon, forming relationships with Pokemon, just that sort of stuff. And this is a really awesome way of doing that, especially like, this is kind of like just a Pokemon project, right, for 3 years long, just taking care of a Pokemon that you're being given. That's really, really freaking cool, unless you get the Pokemon that you don't really like. But to be honest, a Pokemon is a Pokemon. For maybe a lot of the students here, this might even be their very first Pokemon, and your very first Pokemon tends to be quite a special one, right? Am I right, Ash? I'll call you up, one by one, to receive your Pokemon. Remember, what you get is what you get. Oh, this takes me back to when I was a kid, and Professor Oak gave me my first Pokemon. It was the same situation. I didn't get much of a choice. Yeah, we got Pikachu. In retrospect, it wasn't that momentous an occasion, but I thought it was the best day of my life. Times were simpler back then. Speaking of which, knowing that I can bring any Pokemon I want from home, I need to get Mom to send me him as soon as possible. Are we really going to get Pikachu here? That will be awesome. Assuming that kind of still played out. The scenario where he still gets a Pokemon from Professor Oak and it ends up being Pikachu because all the other 3 were already taken. The other 3 starters. It could be that is the case. Unless Mom is gonna send Mr. Mime, but never mind. That actually happened because Ash went out as a 10-year-old boy. But because it doesn't happen in this universe, in this world, Mom doesn't even have Mr. Mime. So never mind about that. I got a Vulpix? Woohoo! Wow, I didn't realize we were getting such high-grade Pokemon. I was thinking we were getting nothing but Rattatas and Bidoofs. Oh my god. Please don't give me one of those. Not that I'm gonna be ungrateful and be like, oh, I don't want that, but you know. Yeah, I would definitely prefer a Vulpix over a Rattata or something. Not that I wouldn't be happy with either of those. I'm grateful for getting anything at all. But it kinda sucked knowing that I got one of those when someone else got a Vulpix. Luda! Phew. Okay, here goes the moment of truth. Knowing my luck, I'm gonna end up getting a Rattata or Bidoof. Alright. Which one? Whatever gods are out there watching me, please, don't let me down. What are we getting? Charmander! Awesome! Holy crap, that is amazing. I guess this is kind of determined on your 2 electives, right? Considering the third evolutionary stage of Charmander, Charizard, is both fire and dragon. So I guess that's why they... Okay, that makes a lot of sense. But awesome, we got a freaking Charmander! Congratulations! It is a Charmander. This Pokemon is really quite energetic. What? You're not pulling my leg, are you? I'm not pulling anyone's leg. He's in your care now. Alright! A Charmander! Today is my lucky day! I didn't know what to expect, but everything somehow turned out better than I could have imagined. Thank you! I knew the gods were looking after me. The Pokemon gods. You got a starter Pokemon too, Luda? 2? Did you also get a starter? You bet I did! Say hello to Bulbasaur! Oh, Leaf got Bulbasaur? Awesome. Well, I'm going to keep him in his Pokeball for now, so I don't think he can hear you, but whatever. He's gonna be awesome. Your Charmander should play with my Bulbasaur sometimes. That could become kind of a disaster. Good. It's only natural that our Pokemon should be best friends like their trainers. Since when are we best... You got a Charmander, Luda? Ha! That's perfect! Oh my god, please don't tell me that Blue / Gary motherfucking Oak got a Squirtle. Please don't tell me that. Please don't tell me that that is the case. He has to ruin every happy moment I get, doesn't he? What's wrong with a Charmander? Oh, nothing really. Except it won't stand a chance against my Squirtle! Freaking knew it. I freaking knew it. I mean, the cycle is complete, right? Considering that we're playing as Red. So it's kind of fitting that we get Charmander, Leaf, Green gets Bulbasaur, and then Blue, Gary gets Squirtle. So yeah, in that sense, the circle of the starter Pokemons is complete. But still, oh my god. Don't worry, I'll still beat you, Blue. I think one of us, I think it's gonna come down to this, right? Because we're both interested in the battle team. It's both gonna be me and Blue fighting for the last available spot in the battle team, and I'm gonna beat Blue like that. So yeah, that's my prediction. What? It must be divine retribution. You're never gonna beat me, even at random draws. Really? A Squirtle? Out of all the Pokemons to get, he has to get that one? Yo, let's check out our Pokemon. Come on, I'll take you on. Blue, this isn't the time or place for that. Psh, whatever. My Pokemon looks a lot stronger anyway. Hey, leave him alone. It's not nice to bully others. Oh, me to the rescue. Oh, And for your information, I got a fire starter too. Oh, of course you do. You got a Torchic, didn't you? Just ignore him. What'd you get, May? Please show the Torchic. Yeah. I mean, it's not really that surprising, you know, but still. It's funny that this part still like really remains the same for most of those characters, you know. A Torchic. She and I are gonna be the best buds. I just know it. Haha. A Torchic really suits you, May. I mean, your bow already kind of reminds me of their fuzzy heads. Hey, you're right. You hear that, Torchic? This was fate. You and I were meant to be. You guys got starters? Lucky. Hey, Whitney. Yeah, maybe just a little. What Pokemon did you get? A Cleffa. Oh, that's actually really cute. It's kind of different cute compared to my Miltank. But I'll take it. I knew, yeah, Whitney is definitely the Miltank with her Moo Moo milk and all that stuff. A Cleffa, that's really cool as well. She actually gets a baby Pokemon. I heard these little tanks are really rare. That's true as well. I got a Numel. I'm taking the fire and ground electives, so I'd say this worked out okay. Okay? More like perfect. It might take me a while to get used to the whole camel thing it's got going on though. But it's one of the few Pokemon in the world that can learn Eruption. Oh, Eruption is such a strong move. I don't know all there is to know about fire Pokemon, but isn't that a move super good? I mean, I guess it's alright, but I was hoping for something that isn't a fire type for once. I got enough of those back home. I can't wait to play with my Torchic. She's gonna have so much fun with my Skitty when she gets here. We can bring our Pokemon here from home? The professor said it doesn't matter what other Pokemon we have in our party. So yeah, I'm getting my Jigglypuff and Nidoran sent here tomorrow morning. Oh, she has a Jigglypuff and Nidoran. Why didn't it show like the sign, you know, the which gender the Nidoran is? Because that was always there in the older Pokemons. Nidoran female, Nidoran male. I need to get them out of the Pokemon Center. They've been in there for months. Oh, how could you? If they're anything like me, they can't sit still for too long. That's something I've always wondered about, right? Wasn't it like shown in one like sort of a spin-off Pokemon episode as well? Like what is it like inside of the freaking Pokeball? Considering that Pikachu doesn't like it inside of the Pokeball, right? Maybe it's like because it's really tiny and cramped in there, Pikachu like feels like it's being suffocated inside of it or something, and doesn't like. Maybe Pikachu doesn't like tiny closed-off spaces. What is that phobia of it again? Claustrophobia, I think, right? Maybe that's what Pikachu has, which is why it doesn't like being in a Pokeball. But I actually remember, isn't the inside of a Pokeball like really cozy, and there's actually like an entire living room in there where the Pokemon are just actually chilling and just now living their everyday life inside of a Pokeball. But yeah, it's definitely nothing compared to the outside world, so I can definitely imagine that if you're stuck in there for months on end, you'd be like, can I please get out of my Pokeball?
That's not good. Have you been giving them their vitamins at all?
Of course.
What kind of trainer would I be?
Vitamins? I'm getting some vibes that I'm maybe not the most experienced trainer in the room right now. I mean, I've dealt with my fair share, but I've only really owned one in my life. Once again, I've got this nagging feeling that I'm a few steps behind everyone. If this keeps up, I might get left behind. What are you all still waiting around for? Class is over. Go on home already. Ho ho ho, alright, well that was the end of our very first school day. Yo, holy crap, we got a freaking Charmander! I'm really excited about that, but I'm really wondering, like, is it just set for you to have one of the 3 starters, or do you always end up with Charmander, or is it really dependent on, like, the 2 electives that you pick? For example, if we were to pick some electric and another type Pokemon, do we get an electric type Pokemon that also fits the somewhere in the evolutionary line of it, the secondary type of it, if you know what I mean, if you follow my thoughts? But that's something I kind of really interested in, and I might even be just checking it out on a separate playthrough or something. But yeah, anyway, got a Charmander. I'm really excited about that because obviously, like, Charmander was so cool in the original. It was actually kind of sad. It's the story, you know, when Ash found it, because it was kind of an abandoned Pokemon, and the fire on its tail was nearly out, and like that actually made me really sad, and it always made me think like, oh my god, like it's almost like Charmander's heart is outside of his body, like it's on his tail, you know, it's outwards, it's like there, it's like you can see the flame on his tail and how bright it is, and how if it's weak, for example, that you can tell that Charizard or Charmander, why do I keep calling it Charizard, that Charmander's actually like sick or not feeling well, you know. So it's almost like having a heart outside your body, which kinda is a bad idea, especially when you're, cause doesn't, if let's say if we battle against Gary right now, right, wouldn't, if I were Squirtle, I would just, you know, focus my water gun on the tail of the Charmander and then easy victory, right? So I feel like it's, even though it's kind of cool for it to have it like this fire on its tail, I feel like it's actually more of a weakness than a coolness factor. The weakness of it definitely outshines the coolness factor of it.
Sweet freedom. What do you guys want to do now? Sorry, I've got plans.
Okay, apparently May is not gonna hang out with us.
Brendan said he was hungry and wanted me to meet up with him in a cafeteria after classes. But we just had lunch. You guys are gonna stuff your faces again. You're gonna get fat. Well, I'm not hungry, but Brendan wants me to come with him. So, I mean, unless you guys want to come with me.
Nah, I'm okay. Luda and I will find something else to do, okay, Leaf? Huh? There she goes deciding things for herself again, and for me as well, apparently. You know how the girlfriend always makes decisions for the couple, even though we're not a couple at all, and she's not my girlfriend? But it kind of felt like that. But it's true that I don't have any plans today, and it beats third wheeling with May and Brendan.
Yo, let's go, May. Oh, great. Have fun, you two. Give me a call if you need anything, Leaf.
Alright, toodles. Nice of you to say hi, Brendan.
So, what do you want to do? Don't tell me you have plans today, too.
Well, not really, but great. Wanna hang out in the lobby while we think of a place to go? Sure, but I don't really know any place to go around here.
What are you talking about? We can go to the garden, the recreation center, the research center, or...
Does any of this sound familiar to you? Yeah, I forgot to look at the brochure you gave me. I sadly shake my head.
I would have thought that maybe you wised up since last time, but maybe your sense of direction is innately hopeless. Luckily you have me. Let's break out the old map and take a look around the area.
Ooh, the map?
Oh, look at this fancy map. We're right here, over at the main building above the student center, the academy. Now, you see all the paths on the map? This map's really straightforward. Alright, but if you have any questions about the area in general, just let me know. Which buildings are open to students? What activities are there to do around here? What's the big cityscape up there? Inspira City. That's probably the big cityscape. I'm assuming this is one of those options where you can actually pick all, you know. It's usually those in visual novels, like some choices are like, yeah, you can either choose between this answer or this answer, but when you're generally asking for information and questions like this, you have like 3 options and you can choose all of them. So we're just gonna start from the top. Where can I go that's free access to students? Yeah, because I'm a student, I don't want to pay for anything. Well, right now, all of them more or less, with the exception of the Battle Hall. They're all open to students throughout the day, but they close down at night. After that, you'll need special permits. So basically once they're closed, I have to wait until the next day to get in. Yeah, it's kinda lame, but once they're closed, your activities will be limited to your dorm. You should really try to make most of your day before that. Anything else you'd like to know? What activities are there to do around here? So what is there to do around here? Is there anything in particular that everyone enjoys? Not that I can think of. There's plenty of stuff to do, but it all depends on where you decide to visit. She knows surprisingly a lot about, you know, this academy, the students, and the entire, like, everything around it, for someone who's a first year like us as well. Depending on what you do, some activities may take a little bit of time out of your day, or may take up your entire day. Try to manage your time well and plan ahead what you're going to be doing. Or if you're tired or just feeling lazy, you can go back to your dorm after classes and just kill the rest of your time there. So you can actually manage your own time. Like for example, you have 8 hours of time after school, for example, right? And then you can actually choose to spend it at certain locations, which eats up into your free time. I mean, that's only if you really can't think of anything to do, or if you have no friends. Well, that's definitely what I'll be doing then. Personally, I love to go out and do stuff, but this school has a strict curfew, so once it's night, you can't leave the dorms. Anything else you'd like to know? There was one more. What's the big cityscape up there? Hey, what's that place up north of the campus? The area with all the huge buildings. That's Inspira City. They've got all these cool shops and markets to visit. It's every girl's paradise. Okay, so I'm not going there. But for someone like you, maybe not yet. Ooh, why not yet? It's a far walk from the academy to here, and you'd only get lost if you tried going now. If I were you, I'd go after I've become familiar enough with the campus. I can't think of any reason to go to the city right now anyway. Anything else you'd like to know? I think we're all good. Alright, I got it. Thanks for the help. No problem. So, anything you want to do? Or do you have other plans? I technically didn't have any plans before this, but after looking at the map now, I'm sure I can find something to do around this place. And hey, maybe I can run into someone I know in one of the buildings. I can also take Leaf up on her offer and hang out with her for a while. It's the least I can do after she took the time to explain everything to me. Or I can just go out and look around the campus myself. Decisions. Sorry, I got plans to... Nah, we're not gonna do that to Leaf. Leaf, for some reason, in the beginning she seemed like this... I thought she was this really harsh girl that was like scolding us for no reason despite not even knowing us already. But then she like really like already calling us best friends and that sort of stuff. So she apparently kind of likes us, you know, not in a like way, but just, you know, she is nice to us. So yeah, I don't want to be mean to her either, so we'll just stick around with her for a while. Besides, it's your first day at school, right? The first day at school, I generally like try to find a person. I'll be like, yeah, alright, I'll hang out with this guy for the rest of the year. No, not like that, but just like, it's nice to already have someone to just sort of, you know, get along with at your first day at school. And yeah, it's awesome that if Leaf could be that person for us. So yeah, I can hang out with you for a while. I don't care where we go, so you can lead the way. Yay! We can just hang out here. I don't think we've had time to chat for a while. So, what did you want to talk about? Anything to keep the boredom away, I suppose. So, you just need me here to distract you? Or... What? Of course not! I'm very interested in having a thoughtful and meaningful conversation between us. Alright, then how about... Oh, you're from Kanto too, right? Have you ever been to Cinnabar Island before? Cinnabar Island, that's the one where Blaine is from. I read this travel guide the other day, and it looks absolutely gorgeous. Well, Cinnabar Island is directly below Palatown. You have to go through a fair bit of water, but still, it's directly below it. If cruise tickets go on sale before the summer, I'm sure the seasonal discounts could... This girl... Sometimes I can't tell if she's actively pushing my buttons or just tactless when it comes to this kind of stuff. If it wasn't for her somewhat graceless personality, I'd assume she's the idol of the school or something. With her personality, but her personality, isn't all that bad, honestly. It's nice to have someone initiate a conversation with me for a change. Hey, are you listening? Sure. Yeah, Cinnabar Island, super fun. Haha, I knew you'd understand. We should take a trip there on vacation sometime. And we can bring the rest of the gang. Already making summer vacation plans? Okay. Who? You mean May and Brendan? And Trevor, Tierno, and Shauna. I mean, unless you don't want them to come. Kinda. No, it's nothing like that. I had no idea you thought of us like that. Like what? Like, I don't know. Wouldn't you rather bring someone you know a little better? Don't be silly. You guys are my best friends. Okay, she's like that with everybody. Never mind, we're not special anymore. And here I thought Leaf considered us a special person, but nope. Everybody's special to her. Everybody is her best friend. You say some weird things sometimes, Luda. I say some weird things? I'm surprised. You'd think someone like Leaf would have tons of friends from home. But in any case, I'm grateful. I can't help but feel a bit touched that she considers me that way. It's starting to get a little late. I think I'll head back to the Relic Hall soon. Thanks for spending time with me, Luda. Yeah, no prob. It was nice to just hang out. Was that really just hanging out? That was like 2 seconds. Okay, I'm outside the main Academy building now. Alright, let's use the map. We can actually click where to go. We're at the main Academy building, so that's here. We can go to the Student Center, Battle Hall, Rec Center. Let's familiarize ourselves with everything first. Aura Hall, Relic Hall, Pledge Hall. These were these Student Center. Center is different from the Aura Hall, Relic Hall, Pledge Hall. Those are like the 3 student buildings, right? I'm pretty sure they are. Like where the students sleep and stuff. Dormitories. Research Center, and this was Inspira City. I mean, obviously my eyes are immediately on the Battle Hall, but Garden, Student Center, Rec Center, Aura Hall. Yeah, I mean, either Research Center, Battle Hall sounds right. Rec Center is like, I guess that's for recreational stuff, right? Garden, we're gonna go to the Battle Hall. If I remember correctly, this place is where the battle team meets to scrim for upcoming matches. But exactly how much money did this school pour into their battle team? This place is huge. Telling you, get out of my way! That sounded like GMO. What's he trying to start now? Now I'm telling you, we're not open for new memberships yet. All that hair must be weighing down on that puny brain of yours. What's going on here? Another one? I'm assuming you're also here to join the battle team. Well, yeah, eventually, but not right now. Considering that Bruno and stuff and Alder made it sound like it was pretty hard to get into. Me? No, I'm not. Is that what Blue's trying to do? Yes. Do you know him? Please tell him that the battle team is not open to new members until later in the year. Did you hear that, Gary motherfucking Oak? She said, what? Who cares? Let me in. Do you have any idea who I am? I know you're annoying as hell. This conversation is over. You tell him, girl. Wow, we got shut out. Right, that was fun at the Battle Hall. Psha! She thinks she's so high and mighty just because she's the daughter of an Elite Four member. I bet that's how she managed to become captain.
Who was that? Janine. Her dad happens to be Koga. Ah, that's... I knew she looked a little bit familiar. Koga is the poison? I think the 6th gym? 5th or 6th? I always took it like a different... I always switched it sometimes, because the 5th or 6th was either always Saffron City, Sabrina, or Koga, the poison one. So sometimes I switched them around depending on which one. I don't know exactly, but yeah. I remember who Koga is for sure. Big whoop. Like, you could definitely tell from the hair. I'm leaving. GMO storms off with his hands in his pocket. This door doesn't look like it's gonna open anytime soon, so I take my leave as well. It's getting pretty late. I should head back to the dorms. The demo ends here, but there's a lot more currently under development and on the way. Man, that's it! But hey, there are a bunch of other paths you can take for some variation. As the game goes on, the choices you will make have even more impact. We've barely even scratched the surface. Your choices will determine who you meet. And you can't just find everyone right away. Sometimes it comes down to your choices, and sometimes you just need to be patient. I don't know how to say this, but good luck. You can check on development updates for your Pokemon community forum, or if you prefer social media, follow the Pokemon Visual Twitter account. Yeah, let's do that. I think I already do. Make sure you report any bugs or anything weird in general, and you can reach out the creator in the previous links. Or you can send an email to pokemonvisualdev@gmail.com. Everyone spam that email. No, let's not do that. Suggestions are also more than welcome, by the way. Thanks for playing. That was awesome. Alright, so this is basically where the demo ends, and as it mentions, it really feels like it's only such a small piece, and I want more. Please give me more, but obviously it's a fan, it's a fan-made game, and it probably takes a lot of effort to even create the part that they have. And considering the scale of how this is going to be, just from this beginning alone, you can already sort of tell like how huge this could possibly be, right? Because, oh my god, just imagine all the possibilities. With the fact that you can either just go to become a focus on you could take all these different routes with characters, and I feel like different sort of career paths as a trainer that you want to take as well. Like, for example, there was the fact that you can focus on battling, you can focus on being a coordinator and that sort of stuff. So and the research center as well. So I feel like, and this was only the first school day, right? I'm not sure if the entire visual novel is going to span over like the entire, let's say, 4 year of your entire Academy Life on this school. I mean, it's called Academy Life, but it could only take place during 1 year of the entire studies. I don't know, but there's so many awesome things I think this game could lead into, and I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, kind of sad that it is over already, because I don't know, it just felt like I really want more. I want more, but we just gotta be patient, alright? We gotta be patient, and I'm fine with that. So I'm going to be ending this series here. Now, I might be playing through it a bit more, like just to check out all the different variations of stuff. Like, for example, just what happens if you choose this roommate, what happens if you choose this elective, and so on and so on. But I'm not sure if you guys want to actually see that, because I imagine not everything is obviously going to be the same, but there's going to be, I think, not too much variation. Like, yeah, the huge part will probably especially like be the roommate stuff, and I'm actually kind of interested in like the different Pokemons that you can get, or if you just get Charmander by default every single time. I don't think that's the case, but nevertheless, yeah, just let me know if you kind of want me to record and make videos for basically doing the same demo over again, but with different choices. Honestly, I don't really mind, because I'm quite interested in these things, but I don't mind doing it off video as well, just for my own curiosity, So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this small demo of this game. It was really awesome. Looking forward to what they're going to be releasing next, which is most likely, from what I've read, at least I haven't been on the internet for a long while, but yeah, I think it was after this demo, they would just solely be focusing on a full game, and when that is done, they're going to be releasing that. But I'm pretty sure that's definitely going to be like months and months away from now. So yeah, it's a small teaser, but we're gonna have to be patient for that. But once the full game is gonna come out, of course, I'm going to be playing that. So yeah, I guess we'll just have to wait for now until that series is going to get started, or or until we can resume that series. But for now, we're just going to end things here. So I want to thank you guys so very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the videos from this, and yeah, we're just gonna end it here. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe for more, and I will see you all when Pokemon Academy Life resumes, I guess. Maybe before then, I hope. Right. Peace.